sure that's not singing out there. Na, na, na. It's a shame the way you mess around with your man. It's a shame the way you hurt me. It's a shame. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I know you're all alone. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my people. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. Listen, you guys, I want to share a story with y'all, and I just want to um, hear your feedback and tell me what you think about this. Because I ran into an old, I won't even, well, I used to call the person a friend, but I don't even call her a friend anymore because um, what happened between us was pretty damn um, devastating, and it was very traumatic for me. And so I ran into this person today, and they couldn't understand um, why I felt the way I felt, even though what happened to us or between us, I think we were young teenagers. We were absolutely teenagers when this happened. And as y'all know, I'm past 50. So let me give you the story, first of all, and y'all tell me what you would do and how you would accept this situation. Because although it was over 40 years ago, I still remember it as if it was yesterday. And it still has that much of an impact on me, being that the situation was never discussed. Um, so, to make a long story short, and let me get on with it. Um, I have a neighbor whose name is, oh, I won't have to mention his name, but what he did was back in the day, he gave me two iguanas. And of course, nobody on the block had iguanas, and it was pretty exciting. He gave me two of them, and they were fairly big sizes. And he also gave me some turtles and a few other wildlife. But the iguanas were very, just really exotic. And of course, again, like I said, it's not something that we had a lot of in the neighborhood. So I had my iguana, and of course, I was very proud of my iguana. And I had a friend, and I don't know if I should just protect her name to save the innocent. Well, no, it's to protect the guilty. But her name was Myron, so I'm not going to protect her feelings. Her name was Myron, and her brother's name was Billy. And so what they did was there was a show and tell that was coming up at the school, and because I had, like I said, these exotic animals, and I thought that they were my friends. And sometimes when you are a kid that just have nothing but brothers, you kind of eager to have some other friends, especially girls. So I tried to make friends with this girl, and again they were using me obviously, and asked me could they take my iguana to school for show and tell. And without hesitation, I said, "Of course you can. Um, I don't see anything. I don't see a problem with that. Of course you can take him to school." So, and I guess this was like on a Monday. So after school, I expected them to bring my pet back. Of course, I gave it to her on a Sunday night because they were going to have show and tell that Monday morning. So after school, she didn't bring it back. Okay, I called her on the phone and to see what was going on. So she never answered the phone. Okay, I couldn't believe that. It was kind of weird. So I just knew I would see her the next day in school anyway. So next day at school, I saw her. I asked her. I said, "What happened? Why you didn't bring the iguanas back?" And yada yada yada. She goes, "Oh, listen, I was going to bring it back. I know you called me. Somebody said that you called, and I thought it was kind of weird because I was like, um, okay, if they told you I called, why didn't you call me back?" But nevertheless, I let it go. She didn't bring the iguana back the second night. So I walked around the corner to their house and knocked on the door. They didn't let me in. Okay, you know how you go to somebody's house and you see the curtains moving, but they don't open the door and let you in? It was like that. So I was like, okay, what the hell's going on with them? So, now I'm starting to get a little perturbed. And I'm like, you need to bring me my iguanas back. And I don't appreciate it. I don't know what's going on, I don't know what y'all doing, but I let you take it to show and tell, and you would think that you would have enough decency to bring it back to me and not make me go through all this to get my animal back. So I'll bring him over. We'll bring him. We'll bring him. Just hold on. We'll bring him. I said, okay. Well, you told me that last night or the other evening you never made it. So I hope that you're not playing. You guys are going to show up. Okay, yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. I promise you. I promise you. So about 20 minutes later, I heard the doorbell ring. Ding, 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 ding. And I run to the door because, of course, I'm thinking that it's them. And I don't see anybody. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I stepped out on the porch to see if I could see someone. But as I stepped out on the porch, I saw my box. I saw a box there with a top on it. And I'm just assuming, oh, okay, well, this is weird. They ring the doorbell. Did they bring my iguana? So I lifted the top of it, the iguana top off the box. My iguanas, I'm sorry, because they had both of them, as I recall. As I took the top off of the box, they had slit their throats and their heads were dangling off of the body, and I was like, I was totally traumatized, you know, because I was like, who does that? Who would kill somebody's pet instead of just bringing it back to them because they asked for their pet back? I don't even understand why you would kill them. I still can't get that out of my mind. It was just so cruel. So when I saw this young lady, well, this old lady now, because we both old ladies, and I saw her at the bus stop. She was at the bus stop, and when I came out of the store, I ran into her, and she was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hi." Oh, oh, wow! Can you give me? How you doing? "Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?" And I guess I wasn't very enthusiastic about seeing her, even though it's been a long time. Because when I saw her face, the first thing I thought about was those iguanas that they slit, throats they slit. And just how messed up that was in the dark to go out and take the top off of that box and to see my pets that way. And so obviously, either she remembered about it, I mean, she remembered the situation and she didn't want to say anything about it, or she didn't remember. Either way it went, when she asked me into which direction was I going and could I give her a ride, um, I'm sorry, y'all. I was very petty. Probably for some, I was like, you know what? Let me tell you something. I haven't seen you since you and Billy slit the throat of my iguana. And to this day, I'm still hurt about that. You never apologized, and I'm sure you probably wouldn't because you did it on purpose. And I never spoke to y'all again, if you realize after that. And I said, and I like it this way. So no, I can't give you a ride. And she was actually stunned at me and saying, well, that was a long time ago. And I look, we, that she didn't even say I'm sorry. She didn't even say, oh my God, we were cruel. I don't know why we could. Do you hear what I'm saying to y'all? This girl just started making excuses. I mean, telling me, why don't I let bygones be bygones? How long ago that was? Um, Billy is sick now, which I could care two. I could have gave two damns about. Um, and the fact that that wasn't even a thought in her mind, let me know. I just had to, say, hey, look, I wish y'all whatever you got coming to you. But I don't have a conversation for you. And so as I walked away and as I drove away, actually, you know, I I don't know. I just was just kind of lost for words. So I want to know what y'all think about it. I mean, yeah, it was a while ago, but what is time? It's irrelevant. You know, action, causation, bound existence. Time is totally irrelevant. It's all part of the matrix. So I felt just as devastated when I saw her as I felt when they chopped my animals' necks off. And I felt it, and that's what was the first thought that came back up in my mind. Now maybe had we had a different conversation after I pointed out what happened, and maybe if her attitude was a little bit different, um, maybe I could have said something else. But I really could care less about her getting to her destination in my car after what they did. I'm sorry. I ain't there yet. So anyway, I wanted to share that little story with y'all today, and I want to know what you think about it. Okay. If you like what you hear, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell. So if I make another video, you will be notified. But come on, y'all, leave me some comments and tell me tell me what you think about those young murderers that kill my damn animals that way and act like bygones should be bygones. I don't get it. All right, I'll see y'all in a minute. Bye bye.